So as a Cuban kid growing up in Miami, playing American football for the undefeated team in my little Havana neighborhood made me feel more American than any green card. See, for Cubans, baseball is the national sport. It's in our DNA. But for us Cuban exiles, football was all American. So every Tuesday and Saturday, from Labor Day until Thanksgiving, we would play league games, both in Miami and across South Florida. And then at the end of the regular season, we would travel to face league champions from as far away as Valdosta, Georgia, Charleston, South Carolina, even San Juan, Puerto Rico, and Mexico City. That first season, we played 25 games and won them all. The second season, we went 35-0. Then 45-0 my third season, continuing a streak of almost 8 seasons since the Miami Falcons had last lost a football game. But in the middle of the fourth season, on a beautiful October Saturday afternoon, we found ourselves up by only 5 points against the much bigger champions from Sebastian, who had the ball on the 1-yard line with only 2 seconds left on the clock. It was a brutal, hard-fought game. They outweighed us by 10 pounds, but we had, in the second quarter, taken out their quarterback. And somehow, here they were, 1 yard away from ending this 8-year streak. But these American kids across the field couldn't hold a candle to the fear we felt of our coach, Cristobal Carreño, and the wrath he would inflict on us if we lost. Carreño, which is what we called him, had taught us the fundamentals of football as he'd learned them when he came from Cuba as a teenager. Simple techniques of leverage and position mixed with simple plays perfected through repetition would guarantee success. Our playbook only had 12 running plays and 4 passing plays, which we initiated from one single formation, such that the opponent could not anticipate where we'd be going next. Carreño also instilled in us obedience, adoration, and fear of him as he physically and verbally abused us daily during practice. If a lineman missed a block, on the next play, Carreño would wait until that lineman was in his 3-point stance. He would walk up behind him and he would kick him in the ass as hard as he could, pushing him down face first into the dirt. If our fullback missed the linebacker blitz, he would come over, he'd grab him by the face mask, and he'd fling him on the ground. But that bonded us. It created a bond amongst the 11 of us, okay? Moving together as one single organism, playing to survive for ourselves and each other. The first time he touched me, it was during the second season when I was 11 years old. We were on a road trip going to scout a new team. Rudy, our quarterback, is riding shotgun. Pepe, our center, is in the back seat with me, but they're both asleep. While keeping his eyes on the road, Carreño reaches back, he touches me on the thigh, and before I know it, his hand is inside my shorts. He then looks back at me and smiles. He turns back towards the road, but leaves his hand in my pants, fondling my penis. I panicked. What if Rudy or Pepe wake up? But then slowly he pulls his hand away, back towards the steering wheel, as if nothing ever happened. The next week he throws a party for some of us players at his house, which is essentially a child's playground. Arcade games, pool table, a TV and VCR with a stack of tapes of all the NFL films, the greatest series, and a bar stacked with sodas. We played for hours until he decided to send the rest of the players home on the team van with the assistant coach, but asked me to stay behind, saying he'd call my parents to let them know I'd be home later. Unlike the tyrannical approach he took on the field, he approached me very carefully as he asked me to do all the things he wanted to do to me. I resisted, but it didn't matter. I resisted when he asked me to take my clothes off. I resisted when he asked me to join him in the shower. I resisted when he asked me to get into bed, and then in the bed, I resisted to all of the things that he eventually did to me because he could. Afterwards, he told me he loved me, and this was our new special secret way. Even at 11, I knew that wasn't right. That lasted 3 years. Somehow, he had convinced me that success on the football field was worth enduring what I was enduring. But back to the game. So the Sebastian quarterback approaches the line of scrimmage and says, "Go," on a quick count. The ball is snapped, bodies crash into each other as the tailback takes the ball, jumps over the line as I jump over the line, meeting him in midair. Crash! He falls back, I fall back on him. As the clock expires, the referee blows the whistle, saving our undefeated season. We went on to win 50 games that season. And when it was done, I was done. I quit the team. I didn't know what it felt like to lose. But I knew winning like this was not success. Thank you.